Hey guys, it's Leo Stargazer. I'm here today with our weekly sign-specific astrological tarot readings. This is for the week of September 17th through September 23rd, and this reading is for Scorpio. Okay, so this week there is one major event happening. It happens towards the end of the week, but it is still really, really important as we lead up to it. And that event is that the sun moves from Virgo into Libra. And we start Libra season. We also get the autumn equinox. So there's this idea this week that we are going to be reaping all of the rewards from Virgo season. All of the rewards that we earned from Mercury's retrograde through Virgo as well. And onwards and upwards to a season all about how to use that to balance. And I think it's about balancing our inner and outer worlds. So in honor of this balance, I have chosen a spread all about just that. It's a 3-card spread where we start with inner, the inner part of the inner world for you, your inner world, who you are as you stand right now. Outer is our second position. What is outside of you, outside of your control? What are others dealing with right now? And then right in the center, we'll have balance. What can Libra season help us to keep in balance? How can this shift in seasons help us balance the inner and outer? So, as I begin my shuffle, I'm going to be repeating the intention I set for us this week. And that intention is balance. I chose balance for very obvious reasons. Everything is in honor of this change in sign, the sun's change in sign, the beginning of a new season, all of this shifting we're doing from these processes of review, of intense review we've been doing all in Virgo, to being able to balance that with the future. Balance our inner and outer. Now, we've locked in on the inner, and from these review processes, and we're ready to keep all of this in balance. So let's hope the tarot guides us there. Okay, so starting with inner, the card that I draw is Four of Swords. Okay. Outer. Queen of Swords. Okay. What's going to help us balance? The 7 of Wands. Huh. Okay. Not quite what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't this. But it makes a lot of sense as I look at the cards more and as I'm thinking about this. I feel like it makes a lot more sense. So let's just get started. In the inner position, the card that I draw is the 4 of Swords. So this is you. This position is what represents you. I think as of this point in Virgo season, the week before, like a few days before the season ends, you are keeping yourself protected in your safe space. You are keeping yourself locked in to a place where you feel really comfortable and you feel really safe. Maybe you are recuperating from a tough Mercury retrograde. Maybe you are, maybe this is just the process you go through when seasons change. You hunker down and keep yourself safe. I think that that's showing me that's where you are right now. If you can't do that or you don't feel like you are doing that, I think use the rest of the time we have in Virgo season to find your safe space and kind of keep yourself in it for a little while. For the next few days at least, really try to either maintain this idea of like, I'm going to keep myself buffered from the outside world right now and really in my sanctuary. That's kind of what's called for here. and what I'm seeing. In outer, it's the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords in outer is showing me that while, they're both swords, which is interesting. It's showing me that while you are in your own sanctuary, in your inner world, you are in your deepest, safest inside space. The outside world is using what they've learned from the tough stuff of this last season in order to be free and empowered. So that's great for them. You're safe where you want to be. You don't need to do all this stuff to lead and be free. Other people are kind of doing that, and maybe it's less everyone around the world, and maybe it literally is just your closest people. There's someone maybe around you who is using the tough stuff they got from Virgo really powerfully and in a liberating kind of way. You may need to either let them into your sanctuary or when you come out of it, find that person. Either way, the Seven of Wands in balance. Remember, this whole spread's about how do we balance inner and outer. So how do we balance your need for sanctuary with other people's empowerment? Well, the way we do that is by continuing the fight, continuing the journey, continuing the necessary work we have to do, continuing the necessary journey we have to be on, the one that you still are on, continuing that, but staying above it, staying powerful, staying strong. The way I see it, to be more simple, to be more specific, is I think that while I hope that you found your sanctuary, you're safe in it right now, or you get inside of it at least for the next few days, I hope that you are able to recognize inside or outside of your sanctuary someone who is using every lesson they learned from last season to be authoritative and powerful. You're gonna need that person. The Seven is showing me that in order to find them, or in order to balance your need for a safe space and other people's power and agency, is by engaging as much as you can as soon as you're ready to, and knowing that you are gonna love it. Knowing that when you do feel comfortable exiting your sanctuary, only when you do, if you do that and you go find this person or this group that is empowered by everything you learned, the stuff that you kind of had to escape from for a little bit to keep yourself safe, the people who thrive in that environment, maybe go find a Virgo, and really latch onto them over the next few days. Either way, do that and trust that it's going to be enjoyable. With the Seven of Wands in balance, it's showing me balance is being in the mix and loving it. That's what you've got to do this season. That's what you've got to do. Stay in your sanctuary this week. At the end of the week, Libra season begins. At that point, you can start reaping the rewards of what you had to do, of the lessons you've learned, along with all of those Queen of Swords people. You'll be able to do that. But only if you engage. Only if you get in the mix. Have fun with it. Step back out into the world. People need your passion. You did great. You can keep yourself safe and sound over the next week, but you will be in balance to where you can go into that sanctuary whenever you want, but you can also be with these powerful people that you belong with, who are in control of all this swords energy and all of this intellect and all of that stuff. You can use all of them as long as you get in the mix. You're going to like it. I really, really, really hope you do. But you can stay in your sanctuary a little bit longer. I'll see you next week.